Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the SFR notebook. As I've mentioned before, I apologise, I've been a bit lax with it all, new job, trying to work out when I can fit things in, this, that and the other. So I'm back, we're going to run through Austria, Hungary and Bahrain, so round 4, round 5, round 6. I'm going to go through them as quickly as I can with a little bit of info here and there, but there's 3 to get through and I don't want this to be a however long video. So let's go straight into Austria. Austria was round 4. We had a sprint qualifying format. So the short qualifying, Domi stuck it on pole and he did a 1:02.829. When it came to the sprint race, Dace won it by an absolute whisker. Cornet won it on track, but he had 2 seconds worth of time penalties. Dace and Domi were very, very close behind each other, and Dace ended up getting the sprint pole by 0.037 on the line. Yeah, that was very, very close. Exotic made the most positions, so he got the well-earned driver of the day in the sprint qualifying format. Let's go into the race then. So the overtake of the race, I'm going to go for Cornet on righty around the... it started off at about turn 4 where Cornet went round the inside, and then he went round the outside at... managed to get it done at turn 6. So that was my overtake of the race. Let's have a quick watch of that.
Will they collide?
Oh, Connie from very far back also trying to get... Is he going to get it done? He is on the outside.
Oh, that was a very good move.
It was clean. It was a great move. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna get pushed off, but he didn't.
So let's go into the grade book then. As I've mentioned before, I'm going to do it rather than go through the individual from 1st to 20th or 20th to 1st. I'm going to go through teams. So let's talk about the teams. So Ferrari were the winners. So Coolbeans won the race. He started in P7 and finished in P1. He gets an A star for that performance. That was a fantastic drive from Coolbeans. His first ever win in SFR. Lots of P2s, lots of P3s, but his first win. So driver of the day from me. From Austria for Coolbeans, his teammate Righty Boy finished in P6, started from P16, so that's another A performance from me. In the Aston Martin, now teammate switcheroo, Will Ans finished ahead of his teammate. He finished in P2 on the podium, so fantastic drive from him. Started in P5, so he gets an A. Cornet DNF'd, started from P3, so but he had a good race, you know, lots of battles, so I'm going to give him a D for that performance. Let's go to Williams. So Williams, Rayner in P3, a podium for him. Started in P18, so if it wasn't for Coolbeans, you would have got the A star, but you're going to get an A because that is a fantastic drive. And unfortunately, Atamar, he DNF'd, so that is an E. Only one alpha in the race, and that was Exotic. He finished in P4, started in P8, so another good drive from him, and a good sprint qualifying as well, so that's an A. McLaren, what a season these two boys are having. What a season. B16 finished in P5 from P11 start, so an A. And then Red Dog started in P12 and finished in P7, so another A from them. The McLaren boys are really doing it this season. Let's go to Haas. Haas had Toss the Caber, who came in late, started in P6, finished in P8. That's a B performance. It's pretty good, pretty solid. And Stewart, another B, started in P17, gained 7, so finished in P10. In the Alpine, we had Delta starting in P9, finishing in P9. A great sprint qualifying performance. And I'm going to give you a B for that drive. And myself, Van Rocco, fantastic sprint qualifying, amazing. And the race went to absolute poo by the time I got to turn 8. So I'm going to give myself an E. I ended up DNFing. God knows how many times I spun. The Alpha Tauris, we had Domi. Again, started on pole in the short quali. Got the fastest lap of the race, a 1:04.452. Went backwards, went forwards, went sideways at the pit entry. I'm going to give you a D for that performance. You ended up finishing in P11. And Ted Wardo, unfortunately, DNF'd, so E. In the Mercedes, we had Cali Robb as a late entrant. And he started in P14, finished in P12, so a C. And Dace, DNF'd, started from P1. And yeah, unfortunately, but because of your sprint qualifying and your short qualifying, I'm going to bump it up. Normally it's an E for a DNF, but I'm going to give you a D. And then Red Bull, AA, he unfortunately DNF'd, so that's a D, but he had a good performance. He was in the lead at one point under the safety car, so yours just gets bumped up a little bit. And Lasser, he gets an E for his DNF. and let's move on to Hungary. So Hungary was round 5 after our week break. In the qualifying, standard qualifying and race format we had for this one. Qualifying, it finished early, didn't it? The rain really came down. Wasn't expecting it. It started spitting, and all of a sudden the track was completely sodden. So it finished about 5 minutes earlier than what it would have done. No one could set a faster lap, but Dace stuck it on pole with a 1:14.005, so just shy of the minute 13s. And Rogers was very close behind, a 0.086 gap. So that's an honourable mention there from Rogers. The race started on Inters, and Will and Exotic didn't even make it to the start-finish line. They were both gone by the time, well, after about a second or two. So, yeah, that wasn't brilliant, which brought out the first safety car, which is fair enough. So that is my moment of the race, the first safety car, and Will and Exotic not even making it past the safety car lines. Let's have a quick look at that start. You can't really see much from the spray, but let's have a look.
Still waiting. There we go. We're rumbling in the jungling as they head down towards turn 1, the heavy braking zone at 1. We have had a few oh, there's a huge accident there into turn, even before it got off the grid, involving an Aston Martin, Willands Exotic. Huge crash. Safety car is out already.
So let's go to the teams then. So Alpha Tauri ended up winning the race with a Honesy in P1, started in P3. It's an A performance from Honesy. Ted Wardo, DNF, started in P16. So the other side of the Tauri garage, not a great performance from them, but he's improving. And that's going to be a D performance from Ted. In the Alfa Romeo, we had Rogers in his last race as a full-time driver, finishing in P2, starting in P2. He also set the fastest lap with a 1:15.891 in the race. A performance from Rogers. With regards to Exotic, he DNF'd, obviously didn't make it anywhere, started in last place, I believe. And E for Exotic. In the Red Bull stable, we had Lasser getting his podium, long-awaited podium, started in P8, finished in P3. Great drive from him with all the safety cars and strategies. So that's an A. And then Mr. Woot finally managed to make a pit stop in SFR. A proper one. Started P17, finished P10, so another great comeback drive from him, and that's a C. In the McLaren, we had B16 finishing in P4, starting from P6. So close to a podium. That's still an A performance. And then Red Dog starting in starting in P15 and finishing in P7. That's an A star. That's, again, coming through the field, a consistent drive. So both McLaren, I think I gave it to both McLaren boys on the stream, so it's very close. In the Ferrari, we had Coolbean starting in P7, finishing in P5. So that's an A. And Righty Boy, DNF, started from P14, so a D, but he was having a good race up until that point of the DNF, so hence the slightly higher grade. Haas, we had Toss the Caber, a late entrance in again. He started from P12, finished in P6. That's an A, because that's a good drive. And PhD Vengeance, making those hard tyres last about 25 laps, I think. Decided not to pit under the safety car. Try and stay out on track, but started in P4 and moved down some positions at the last safety car down into P8. With regards to Williams, we had Atamar finishing ahead of his teammate in Rayner, so Atamar in P9 in the points, starting from P5, and Rayner DNFing, I think turn 11 got him, started in P13, and like I said, DNF. Only one Mercedes on the track, and that was Dace. He DNF'd in the end, started in P1, E. Aston Martin had Domi, who DNF'd, starting from P9, so E, and Will, starting from P11, DNFing, and an E as well. And then FRL Charlie, first time in the full-time seat for Alpine, DNF'd, starting from P10. That's an E performance there. So that is Hungary done and dusted. Let's move on to the most recent race we had, which was Bahrain, sprint qualifying format. So in the short quali, Charlie stuck it on pole with a 1:25.055, and the sprint race winner was Charlie as well from pole to pole. And so Charlie starting on pole for the full 50% race. Overtake of the race, I'm going to go for Willands on Delta Lima. Set up down the pit straight into turn 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then Will gets it done on the exit of 4 into the flowing S's. So let's have a quick look at this.
I'm on it. Delta has got DRS. So he's just about in DRS of the car ahead. He was, but maybe not so much anymore. He's just dropped out. So Will, this should be an easy move here for Will as we go down this straight. Here goes Will, makes a late move, goes up the inside of Delta, and the move is done and dusted. But is Delta going to do his famous switchback? No, he hangs it on the outside, inside, goes outside, back to inside. That first couple of corners is very flowing, and here we go. Will round the outside of turn 4, Delta up the inside, giving each other good room. That's a great little battle, but it looks like Will has finally got it done.
So let's go into the teams then. So Mercedes, Viet. What a drive from Viet. So consistent throughout the whole weekend. Starting in P4, finishing in P1. He had a great qualifying, a great sprint, and then the race was brilliant as well. So Viet, A star. Dace, started in P11, finished in P6. A good solid drive from Dace. So that is a B grading from me. And then let's go to the Aston Martin. So Silent starting in from the back in the sprint. From the back from the short qualifying in the sprint, gets himself up to P7 for the actual race, and from P7 to P2, A performance. And Will, starting in P7, finished in P15. It's a D performance from Will. Bit scrappy, but some good moments as well in the race. In the Alfa Romeo, we had the returning Kachow. Kachow started P3, finished P3, spun, but a good solid comeback drive after he had spun, so that's an A. And then Exotic starting in P12, finishing in P9, C. In the Alpine, we had FRL Charlie starting in P1, started on pole, dropped down to P4, so a B performance from you. And then Delta starting in P10, finishing in P16. Solid driving, but unfortunately, not the points finish you were after, but a C. McLaren, B16, again, another A performance, probably the most consistent driver this season, constantly in the top 7. So yeah, fantastic, finishing in P5 this week, starting from P16. So that's an A. And then Red Dog starting in P8, dropping down a few to P11, so that's a C. Red Bull, we had Lasser finishing in P7 from a P13 starting grid spot, so that's a B. And then Impossible Bacon, a last-minute entrance after the new driver, Jim Strav, had some connection issues. So, Impossible Bacon starting in P20 from the back of the grid and finishing in P14 with the fastest lap. So I'll give that a B performance from you, Bacon. In the Ferraris, we had Righty Boy, who finished ahead of his teammate. So Righty Boy gets an A performance this week from a P15 start to a P8 in the race. And then Cool Beans, not your usual solid driving from you. Started in P14, finished in P13. So I'll give you a C for that. In the Williams, we have Atamar, who started in P6 and he finished in P10. Good solid driving from you. Again, you're just unfortunate, small little mistakes here and there, but you are getting there. You're getting some consistent points finishes at the minute, so that's a B. And then Rayner, unfortunate, another DNF, starting from P5, so an E. In the AlphaTauri, we had Ted, the top AlphaTauri driver this week, starting in P19, finishing in P17. So not the finishing position you wanted, but you're ahead of your teammate, so C. And then Quinton, unfortunately, starting from P2, dropping down to P18. But you got screwed over a little bit with a safety car. I'm not sure what happened in the pit lane, but you dropped from first. You were leading the race. You dropped from first down to 6th. So, yeah, even though you dropped a lot of positions, I'm not going to let you off a little bit with that because that wasn't brilliant. So a D from you. And then we have the Haas in Medwards finishing in P12 from a P9 starting spot. Brilliant, consistent drive. So that deserves a C. Even though you lost a few positions, you're still there. The safety cars did screw you over a little bit. And then Mark of Kenya got absolutely yeeted by Will at turn 10 braking zone. And he ended up reversing all the way down that straight. Last minute entrance, so you DNF'd, but starting grid spot from P18 to a D. So that is the notebooks. Enjoy the rest of your week. We are running in, where are we going this week? We are headed to somewhere, I can't remember off the top of my head, I do apologise. Russia. We haven't been there since season 1 or season 2 in SFR, so I'm looking forward to Russia this week. Lots of long straights, low downforce, and not too many curbs that will kill you. but we'll see how we go with that. It's semi-street track, semi-off, lots of walls, but lots of open spaces as well. Running on strict, so watch out for that. And I will see you all on the grid on Sunday. Obviously, race attendance is out on the Friday, so do make sure you are clicking all the buttons and letting us know so we can fill seats. But yeah, watch out for the hot lap coming up this week as well. A returning driver from faraway land, so do watch out for that. And that will be released probably on Saturday or Sunday morning. And we'll see how we go. Other than that, thank you all for listening, watching, driving. Driving standards are definitely getting better. Not saying they were bad, but with a new game, the physics model does seem a little bit iffy. So lots of DNFs, but the last two have been pretty good. So let's onwards and upwards, and let's go again. Anyway, have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you on Sunday with a fantastic comms. Big myself up for myself and possibly Cornet as well. So yeah, see you later. Over and out.